And do get involved. Welcome back to Eurovision 365, broadcasting live across Eurovision 365 YouTube channel and Eurovision 365 debate group, Facebook page. You're all very welcome here to the channel, and it's day three. How does that happen? I was just saying earlier that I'm kind of lost in my days. I feel like I'm a day ahead of myself. I think it's because there's so many rehearsals happening, and it's just amazing to think that in a week from now we will be less than an hour away from the first semi-final, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So wherever you are watching this from, you are very welcome. So please do get involved. Let me know where you're from. If you're commenting on Facebook, there's a little setting that you have to approve, which says that your name will come through. If you're not comfortable with that, that's absolutely fine. But do, if you are commenting from the Facebook group Eurovision 365 debate, if you put your name towards the end, so at least then I'll know who is. At least I know who's commenting. So hello, Spiros, Kalispiros, to you, Spiros, and you're from Greece, and it's great to have you here. You're very, very welcome. We'll be chatting about Victor very, very soon, of course. And the reason, hello, Theodore, good evening, Mike as well. Good evening to you all. You're all very welcome. So I'm going to be looking at the photographs that have been shared by Eurovision TV, and looking at those who took part at today's first rehearsal for all of the performers. And what a mammoth day it's been. We start off with Estonia at 10:30 this morning, 10:30 Greenwich time, and finished there at 20 to 7 our time. 20 to 7 our time with Australia. And that looks, from what I've seen so far, that looks like that's going to be an absolute banger of a song to end with. So yes, you're all very welcome. I'm going to be looking at, as I said, those performers one by one. But just interestingly, what I thought I'd do is I'd have a quick look at the updated betting odds, and you can see there that things have changed. Lorena's still way, way, way ahead on 42%, but interestingly, Lorena is continuing to fall and drop in the odds. And what I'm finding is really interesting as well, there's not a lot of talk about Lorraine around the different fan communities that I am a part of, or what I'm seeing. Karya is moving up, he's on the ascent. Lorraine seems to be on the descent, but time will tell. What's interesting for me is, following yesterday's, what I would have thought was being a fantastic performance, what we saw from Noah Kirel, that Israel is still fairly far back in the pack at 7%, but maybe it takes a little while for things to update. So this isn't just about me. I want to know what you think as well. So please do let me know your thoughts as I go through these different performance slides. So I think we should start, shouldn't we? I think we should start here with Estonia and Alika. So Alika, of course, as we know, is performing the song Bridges, and it looks, from what I have seen on the photographs at least, is that the performance is fairly similar to what we have seen at the Estonian national final, Estilol. And yeah, she starts at the piano, it seems, and then she makes her way from the piano. She looks like she's turning around on the little piano stool. And yeah, and so there's a lot of colour there towards the end. She is wearing a beautiful dress, I have to say. It's very, very nice violet colour. And what I like as well, you can see there's a bit of a burst of colour here then as well towards the end. If I can get up for you, yeah. So lots of clouds in the background on the LED screens. And then, of course, there's another picture. The lighting there, I have a feeling that these lights are going to represent a bridge. That's my feeling when I look at it. It's very bridge-like the way they are. But yeah, so that was Estonia's first rehearsal, and looking and watching Alika, as she came off stage, she said that she was very happy with the performance. She also said that there was a few things that she didn't quite get right, but of course that's what the technical rehearsals are for. I think she, according to her, she forgot where she was for a second. She was like, am I singing? Am I looking at the camera? What am I doing? Which of course, you know, you'd be pretty overwhelmed, wouldn't you, if you're in that environment. So that was Alika, and I would say semi-final 2 is one of those semi-finals where I don't think any of us would be surprised who qualifies or who doesn't qualify. It's so open. So open indeed, is what I would say. So let's see, what are we saying here on the channel in terms of Estonia? Theodore, you are saying, I think Estonia will do better than people think. Interesting. Another comment that you're making as well is, if we had juries, the semi-final Estonia would have more chances, but since people are voting, it's quite unpredictable. Absolutely. I just wonder, is Estonia going to be one of those songs where you will pick up the phone for? I'm not sure. I think Estonia all rests upon the big note at the end. That's the thing, I agree with that. I'll speak about that in a little second. Adam, very welcome back to the channel. You're always very welcome here, Adam. You're saying in terms of Estonia, I do think Estonia is rather underrated this year. You go on to say, I also like the piano that starts playing all by itself at the beginning too. Funny how that happens. And Theodore, you're saying that Estonia will qualify. You're very confident there in saying that. It's like a ballad, but semi-final 2 is quite weak, and we've seen in the past televoters do sometimes vote for ballads. That's the thing, you know. I think it's wrong to assume that without the juries that no one is going to vote for a ballad, but of course they will if they like the song. My issue, and I think actually you're saying it here, Mike, as well. I don't know if you have if this is what you're saying or meaning when you say it all rests on the big note at the end. That big note at the end is fantastic, but does take about almost 3 minutes to get there. And I think that's the problem I've always had with the song. I think the song is very pretty. I think Alika's voice is very, very strong, but it takes an age, doesn't it, to get to that point where we're waiting on that big note. And we as fans know that big note is coming. I just wondered, will the regular viewer, you know, your sort of viewer that's only going to watch on the night, will they won't know probably that note's coming, so there's a good chance that they could, I know, take a drink break, go for a toilet break or whatever. But I do think it's a good song, and I do wish obviously Estonia and Alika well. So moving on then very quickly to Iceland, and it's Delia, or Delio, I think is how it's pronounced. So Delia is, Delio is dressed, I would say, very akin to what we saw with Selma in 1999. It's got that kind of aesthetic for me, very 80s, sort of maybe 90s, late 90s look to it. Again, she is singing the song Power, of course, and judging by the photographs that have been released today, there is a lot of power in the performance. So here's some more photographs, and here we have her. Yeah, moving forward, from what I've seen, it's a solid song, I think so, but I also think that there's a lot of movement about, an awful lot of movement about, and so whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure. Power is the name of the title, the name of the song. She's going to be moving about a lot, but could that make her breathy? I'm not sure, but certainly she gives it gusto for sure. There's a nice picture here which for me is quite reminiscent to, if you remember, Brigitte in 2003. I can't believe that's 20 years ago. Doesn't feel like that, but yeah, 2003, when Brigitte had that lovely sunflower in her hair, and she threw it out into the audience. Brigitte, I loved that song back in 2003. But yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. Somebody made a comment before. I seen somewhere someone was making a comment where they were saying that they reckon that there's a lot of laying down amongst the performances this year, and I think that's a fair point from what I can see. So what are we saying about Iceland? Spiros Per is a great song. I really like her voice and her energy on stage, but are those enough to qualify? We will see. Of course, again, I think I would be cautious of any country in this semi-final, because I think anything is possible. I think all of us are going to be surprised at who qualifies. I think all of us are going to be a little bit miffed potentially at one or two songs that we maybe don't think is going to qualify, but then will. But it's such an open semi-final, isn't it? Mike, you are saying hats off to BBC. So far everything looks stunning. I agree. All acts have great chance to shine, it seems. Absolutely. I think the BBC have got so much experience of organising big events, and big events like Eurovision will be something that they're well used to hosting. So I think it's going to be fantastic. Something I actually noticed, I'm actually going to have a quick look here if it might be on these photos of Iceland, but as we go through, I have a feeling, you know, the arch, you probably can see the arch that's kind of here. Oh, see here. For me, I kind of feel that that's a little bit of a nod to the 1998 contest. Call me mad if you like, I've been called worse, but I get a feeling that it's a little bit like that, for me anyway. There could be a nod to the stage of 1998 in Birmingham. Is this the first time Iceland has taken part in the Eurovision hosted by the UK? It is. It is, because in 1998 they got disqualified because of Paul Oscar's poor, absolutely awful score, which was so wrong that Paul Oscar didn't do better in 1987, but because of his low score in 1987, Iceland were disqualified from performing in 1998. They of course weren't taking part in 1981. They didn't join until 1986. And yeah, well spotted and well noted, Adam. You're becoming quite a statistician here, so you are. I like it. So the next country then is to look at will be Greece, and my little mate from Greece, Victor Vernikos.
Hey, I'm Victor Vernikos, and I'm representing Greece this year in Eurovision 2023 with my song What They Say, and you're watching Eurovision 365.
So I, if you're aware or not, I actually was able to chat to Victor on Monday past, so last Monday. So I just got confirmed that I had tickets for semi-final 1 and semi-final 2. So I was so buzzing, so happy, and then I immediately went from that into the interview with Victor, and he was definitely feeling my buzz and my excitement. But if you get a chance to check out that interview I had with Victor, please do. He was an absolute star. I'm a big fan of Victor. I'm a big fan of Greece in general. When it comes to the contest, I think there's more songs that I like from Greece than dislike, I have to say. So what are we saying about Greece? So Theodore, of course, you say, I'm confused with Greece's staging. Okay. Mike very much says, Greece staging looks excellent, but I can't get into the track at all. Okay. So Spiros is saying, I don't want to say about Greece this year. I like his voice and his energy on stage, but the staging didn't disappoint me or surprise me either. So it didn't disappoint or surprise you. So what does that mean? What does that mean, Spiros? Does that mean you're kind of somewhere in the middle with it? In terms of the pictures, there's not too many photographs that I have of Victor, but what I do have is this one here. You've got He looks like a beige, sort of very casual look. The shorts, the t-shirt, the jacket. I saw a part of his performance video on TikTok. There he is. There's a smoke machine definitely being used. But I saw that he was very happy with his performance. There looks like there's a lot of LED screens being used. It looks like he is kind of on a lot of the background. I think that's a good effect. I think he needed that because he's the only one on stage from what I can see. But so far I would say so good for Victor. I think he did say he was happy about his performance today, and so he should, based on what I've seen in terms of the photographs and the actual TikTok video as well I saw. Just checking here to see what they had placed on. Yeah, so what they said on the official Eurovision TV blog was, if Victor is nervous about performing in such a huge arena, it doesn't show. I didn't think it showed either. He's giving this both vocal power and some great on-stage energy, backed up by the multiple giant Victors on the LED wall. His signature dance move is an infectious bounce that will have the arena jumping next Thursday. They go on to say a confident and uplifting performance, and the Greek delegation should be very happy with that. Costume wise, it's the same shorts and jacket vibe as Romania's Theodore yesterday, but less shallow. We stand the safari chic. There you go. They stand the safari chic. Who knew? So what are we saying here about, what else are we saying about Greece? I don't think we won't qualify because Yana Terzi from 2018 would have qualified in the death semi-final with her bad performance. I actually think I'd be very surprised if Greece don't qualify. I think he's a very competent performer, and I would expect Victor to do well. I hope he does. And yeah, I can vote. I can vote in semi-final too. So you never know. That could be where I place my vote. I'll be in the arena, the Liverpool arena as it's being called now, for the first and second semi-finals. But yeah, so that's Greece, and we now move on to Blanca. Let's get it. I love Blanca, by the way. So here is the first photographs that were showed today. There's very much a kind of Hawaii feel to this production on stage from what I can see. Very summery, very bright pinks and oranges and yellows. Blanca appears on stage on a bit of a skirt dress number, but that is, I think, quickly removed. And a Bucks Fizz like movement, the dress gets ripped away, and she's on let's see, you can see it here. She does a high kick. My God, I tried, actually, have to tell you, I tried to do I tried to do that kick today myself, and you know how far I got. I actually got as far as my knee. That's how far I got when I tried to do that high kick that Blanca's done. But yeah, she has no problems. Of course, Blanca has included a dance break in the song now, which having seen the short snippet looks the part. I am just going to check the betting odds for Blanca. Poland is, I have to scroll really far down here. Poland is currently languishing in 26th position in the betting odds. The best bet you could get on this would be 400 to 1. So yeah, 400 to 1 is the best odds you could get on Blanca right now. But I do think Blanca is going to surprise. I think Blanca is really going to surprise. I love the oranges, I love the pinks. There's a lot of fun in the song, and I think the only thing I would say from what I have seen of the short snippet today, what I saw today with Blanca, there's no power in her voice that I can hear, and the vocal range is not a lot of power. It's a little bit flat, and I don't mean flat as in off key, although it's a little bit off key in parts too. but I do feel there's a bit of a sense of uh, lifelessness about the song, about the performance that she did today. But of course, this is just a technical rehearsal, so why would she give it all? Some acts do give it all from the word go, but maybe she's just kind of keeping things low key for now. So what we're saying here about Blanca, let's see, Theodore, what are you saying? You are saying, big if, Blanca does qualify, she will struggle a lot since the people who tend to vote for girl dancey pop performances might vote for Israel rather than her. Make us saying the staging is actually really well thought out for Poland. She's having a bit of fun and it shows. I think physically she's having fun. I would agree with that. It looks like she's physically having fun. But in terms of vocally and sort of the feeling I'm getting, the energy I'm getting from her, is that it's a bit down here at the moment. I think. So in an earlier comment that we were talking about Greece just before, Blanca Adam is saying, I don't really see Greece as a sure qualifier this year. It's a nice song performer. I just feel there's all Greek entries that are more memorable for me. Okay, fair play, and thank you for commenting. So broadcasting live here on Eurovision 365 YouTube channel and Eurovision 365 debate Facebook group page. And you're very welcome here wherever you're watching this from. Do let me know where you're from. Get involved. It's not just about me sitting in front of you and chatting. And I would be happy to have you involved here at the or in this live. So this is day 3 of rehearsals. Like I said at the top of the video, I'm kind of a day ahead of myself. I've been feeling like today is Wednesday all day, and it's so interesting. But I think there's so much going on with the rehearsals, and indeed today has been one of those days of the rehearsals, and fair play to the production team because they actually now, until 20 past 8, after finishing the first rehearsal of Australia, are now going through a rehearsal for the hosts. So yeah, it's long evenings for sure. So we've covered the first 4 from today: Estonia, Iceland, Greece and Poland. And next up is the amazingly fun, fantastic Joker Out.
Hey everybody, we're Joker Out. We're the Slovenian representatives for the Eurovision Song Contest 2023. We've just done an interview for Eurovision 365. Watch it.
So yeah, that was the interview I had with Joker Out. So check it out on the channel. There's many interviews here on the channel. You might have to scroll down a bit to find the one that you want, but there are quite a lot of interviews on the channel, not just of this year's contestants, but all of course previous performers as well, including some winning performers as well. So do check that out. So back to Slovenia. And Slovenia are and have been having the time of their lives, it has to be said, from the moment they were selected with that fun video with the audience jumping and dancing around them the whole way through. They have been having nothing but fun. They certainly look like they're having fun on stage. And you can see what appears to be a lot of Steadicam action from what these photographs are showing. Maybe 1 or 2 Steadicams being used. And I suppose that's to give the feeling of they're going to be weaving through their performers, is my sense. And yeah, you can see there is a lot of close and personal shots, which I think is perfect because there is a lot of those kind of signature moves in the performance whenever you have the backing singers moving their heads from side to side, or something like that. And then you've got this lovely photo, which I really like here in the background. It's got Joker right behind them, and they're doing the little hearts with their hands. I absolutely love that photograph. My feeling is that they will end with their customary their customary bow to the audience. That's actually one of my favorite part of their performance. Not because it's ending, I hasten to say, but because they come together, they stand together, they hold each other, and then they bow. I think that's a lovely togetherness feeling that comes across. And I think, as I said last night, if a performer's having fun and just enjoying the moment and loving every second of it, I think we as a viewer, as the audience, share in that fun. And then we're more inclined to feel a connection with the performer. And if we're more inclined to feel a connection with the performer, then we're more inclined to pick up the phone and support them. That's my theory anyway. But I think Slovenia is going to do very, very well in that semi-final. And just in terms of the odds, I know they'll probably be very disappointed. They are way down in 18th. The best odds you could get for that is 201 to 1, which isn't a glowing endorsement of success. But you never know. You never know. So, what are your thoughts on Slovenia, people? Let me know your thoughts. Do we have a sure qualifier in Slovenia? You know what to do? Let me know. I look forward, as always, to reading your comments. I always do. So, yeah, everyone, I think I should move on to Georgia. What do you think? Yeah, let's move on to Georgia. So here we are. Here is Georgia. So you can see there, Eru is dressed in a lovely long white see-through dress. And you can tell from that photograph there, it's going to be at least one wind machine being used. It looks like Eru is on her own on stage as well. Very, very nice. Looks well, looks the part. Definitely looks the part. Absolutely. So yes, today has been a very, very busy day. I've gone through most of half of them now. Goedwel, Neon. Du are welkomen, Inat. No, du are welkomen tillbaka. That's what I should say. You're welcome back. Very welcome back, actually. And you're all very welcome here at this live broadcast, Eurovision 365 YouTube channel and Eurovision 365 debate Facebook group. Welcome. So I in fact was looking there at Georgia. So any comments you have on today's rehearsals that you've seen, please let me know. Before I move on any further, Eurovision 365 will be in Liverpool. I can't wait, from Sunday, and we'll be there at the turquoise carpet. We'll be broadcasting the whole way through live, so I will be hopefully chatting to as many of the performers as possible. And if you want to send a message to your favorite performer or performers, drop me a message and I will do my best to convey that message to them if I get the chance. I can't say for sure that will happen. But I will certainly do my best to share and convey any messages that you have. Speaking of Georgia, just before I move on to San Marino, Neon is saying, I'm a bit worried about Georgia is alone on stage. I think she should have dancers. Yeah, I think she may have dancers on stage. I think what BBC and the EBU are doing beautifully this time around, is sharing some stuff, but not sharing a lot. And actually, a lot of the shots that are being shared are quite tight angled, so you can't really see everything that's going. There's not too many wide angled shots going on, and I think that's a good thing actually. Adam is saying, even though the lyrics in the song from Georgia sound a bit random, there is something about it I like. I want to see them in the final for the first time in 7 years. I think everyone will want to see them in the final for sure. It's a funny song. I have to say, when I first heard it, the immediate first time I heard it, I thought, oh, this is really good. This is really different. It's really ethnic. I thought it was so kind of different. But the more I listen to it, the more I'm thinking, what's it about? I know it's called Echo, but what's the song about? I know we had this conversation the other night, but I'm like, on Saturday night, actually at the weekend, we were like, what is this song about? And I'm not sure anybody truly knows. You can't deny, one can't deny the power of her vocals. Irish vocals are brilliant. I'm like, I don't know. Actually, let me just see. Just check here, because this is going to bug me now unless I know. Let's see. So yeah, the lyrics. I'm not got the lyrics here. Okay, so this is an English translation. I don't know how literal this is. So, days in a row, I'm thinking, I know, I've got a big faith. My love is my crown. Will be better way. Will be better day now. It is not a secret. Life is love. Thing is none. Thing is known even. Like in dreams. Going through the life together. Going through the life together. Like in dreams. Can it repeat itself continuously then? Days in a row, I'm thinking, I know, I've got a big faith, my love is my crown, will be better way, will be better day now, it is not a secret, going through the life together. Yeah, so kind of repetitive, it goes on and on and on a bit that in that regard. But I'm still like, what does it mean? Yeah, that's probably a fair point actually, that's probably maybe what they're going for. They're dreamy and nonsensical. And lyrics don't have to make sense, do they? I mean, we've had songs that are made up imaginary languages before. Belgium, of course, placed second in 2003 with made a song entirely in imaginary language. So you just never know, do you? But anyway, I think it's time to move on to my friends. I'm calling them my friends because I give them champagne, but they never opened the bottle. They still haven't opened the bottle as far as I know. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? San Marino. I forgot San Marino. I was so excited to talk about Austria. I forgot San Marino. So let's do that now. So here is San Marino. So if I can get it, here we are. So there's the very lots of reds, lots of blacks, as you can see. There's the lead singer of Peak Jacks, as you can see, dressed all in black. In fact, the entire group are in black. They do look the part, I have to say. I like the color scheme. And there, the lead singer again is continuing the theme of this contest by laying on the stage floor. How much of that he fills the song with, I'm yet to find out. But I do like the color scheme. It's a little bit dark. I think that's eyes on the side. Yeah, that looks like eyes on the side LED screens. So it looks like they are going to just use the back part of the stage rather than move out to the front. I think some groups are doing a mixture of both, but it looks like Peak Jacks from these photographs at least are going to be on the back part of the stage. Interesting. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, I guess they're supposed to be stick eyes. They don't look very snaky though. They don't look very snaky to me either. They look more like here we go. Yeah, they look more to me like just standard eyes. Although one, just whenever I sort of zoom in a bit, one is more open than the other, so it's looking a bit like a look of what's going on here. That could be said whenever we listen to the song, but yeah. San Marino, if you're wondering in terms of betting odds, San Marino, let me scroll down here. Oh goodness, 35th per San Marino. They're in 35th place. The best odds you can get on them is 601. Wow, 601 to 1. That's not a great glowing endorsement, sadly. but you never know. You just never can tell, and especially with the way the voting is this year, and especially as semi-final 2 is so open, I think anything can happen. But anyway, I was going quite hastily there, talking about Austria, but now it is time for my my two faves from Austria. It's Taya and Stina. I'll be looking at the stage in one moment, but check this out.
So together.
Yeah, so we're here with Taya and Stina from Austria, of course. How are you two doing?
Hello. We're amazing. Yeah.
You're amazing.
It's just so cool to be here and to live through this. Like how I'm saying is all of this. It's just so cool. Yeah, it's surreal.
Was it what you're expecting?
It's much more than what we were expecting. Yeah. So we have.
Did you expect that that many people like? It is intense.
Yeah.
Like we
of
did
course,
was intense. I really have to say. And today as well. I'm so looking forward to tonight's.
Yeah, of course.
Staging. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you just offered me before we went rolling a drink of water. Well, I want to give you something. You talk about gas station champagne.
Yeah.
I have mini market champagne for you two.
Oh my god!
You can open it if you want. I'm parched.
Thank you so much. That looks fancy.
It's really not. It's really not.
Another gas station champagne.
It was mini market.
Really?
It was mini market.
That's an upgrade. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, of course you can.
Thanks.
You're so welcome.
Can you believe?
Can you believe?
We made it to
Mini market champagne.
I know they've been upgraded, everybody.
That's what Eurovision gets you.
Speaking of Eurovision, did you know you will?
You want to like carry it like a baby?
Like the management has seen the bottle and they're like, can we drink it instead?
You can open. I am parched.
Shady people.
It's our mini market. It's our mini market champagne.
Well, I was going to say too, Austria, of course, have won the Eurovision in 2014 and in 1966. But do you know which country closed the Eurovision those years?
Closed it.
Yeah, was the last country to perform.
Well, was it Austria?
No.
No? Was it Australia?
No.
Or was it? I'm just gonna go
Just
through
go-
a lot of.
Last year, the last one.
So 2014,
2014.
1966, Austria won. But do you know which country?
UK.
Yes.
Yes, I
And
saw
guess-
somebody DM'd us.
And
Like
gue-
every time UK closed, Austria won, and this year UK is closing.
Yeah.
Thank you, May. Well, then we're safe, yo. May has just changed our lives.
You'll be getting supermarket champagne next if you win, won't you?
Imagine.
I was going to say to you, I watched your TikTok where you were teaching people to your dance.
Yes.
I am the world's worst dancer. I'm a one dance fits all kind of guy. Is there any chance you could show me how to do
Yes,
it?
okay.
This is going to be awful.
So we're gonna
So-
start with the thriller hand.
Yeah.
We go in this direction.
Yeah.
We go. Oh. And then you
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Jimmy, yeah. Be back. Oh, oh.
Yeah.
All right.
And then just repeat like right,
Right, left, circles.
and again left,
Left, right, circles. Down, up, right, left.
and then bigger.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
I'm not the worst dancer.
I really am. I really
We
am.
were much worse when we had to learn it the first time. So you did a great job.
No, please don't ask us to do anything other than this.
Backwards.
We're like, where?
Is that the most fun thing for you then? Is that the most fun thing for you, the dance? Or what's the
just-
most fun part of the song for
The
you?
moustaches as well.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, I felt like seen, you know, because I was dressed up like as a man.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
She's not.
It was just I feel like I interview you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you very much for interviewing me.
What's the most fun part of the song?
Well, the moustaches.
Stand over here somewhere.
Are you gonna wear the moustaches on stage?
Well, we don't know yet.
Yes, I don't know either. Do you know?
I hope so. I hope so. It's okay. All I just want to say to you is one more wee thing. I've got another wee thing for you.
You'll take the mic.
Yeah. So in 1981, UK won the Eurovision, okay, and Bobby, one of the members of the UK, it was hosted in Ireland, and they were given like a lucky charm, a 4-leaf clover. So I'd like to give you both a little lucky 4-leaf clover as a wee gift. So from Eurovision 365.
You're
So-
like the sweetest human ever. That's so sweet.
So you can choose whichever one you want, or do you want the diamondy one?
Oh my god, I'm gonna.
Is there a
see this.
there might be an old diamondy one if you want that.
Do you like this one? Do you want this one?
There's an old diamondy one over there if you want it.
These
Oh,
are
hold
so-
on, there's 2 diamondy
They are
ones.
so beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah, would you like that one instead?
Is it? Oh my god, I can
Oh,
wear
have
it
to
on
put it
stage
on.
though.
Yeah. we're gonna put it
Wait, did you
on
give
our
me
outfits
2 now?
today.
Okay.
You gave me 2 now.
Oh, okay.
You gave me 2.
Oh, it's okay.
That would be like unfair, you know, to the other people. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All I want to say is good luck to you, both of you. Best luck with everything. You'll knock them dead. You'll be awesome. And thank you so much for chatting to me.
You're so great.
You're very welcome. But they are so great, aren't they? I absolutely adore Taya and Stina. And just when I was watching that back, it reminded whenever they were interviewing each other, they said, "What are you going to wear on stage?" And one of them said, "Moustaches." So I wonder, is that part of the staging that Taya and Stina will have in Austria? We are, of course, talking about Austria now. So here is the photographs that have been shared today. Of course, these are courtesy of Eurovision TV, and I thank Eurovision TV for having the ability to share these photographs and for them making them available to me and to us. So let's see what we have in the Austrian pictures. So again, black and red seems to be the dominant colors here. Taya and Selena themselves look absolutely fantastic in their outfits. The white is akin to actually Linda Martin Terminal 3, apart from the blue belt. But looks really cool, looks really edgy, looks a lot of fun, kind of leather look, and the LED screens being used to great effect there. The reds, the blacks, the whites, a great combination of colours. And you can see also that Taya and Selena have been joined or are being joined by 4 dancers, which I think is a very good move. Throughout throughout the pre-parties, it's just been Taya and Selena, but they are doing amazing with the by having the backing dancers. Yeah. And they're not giving too, again, as I said, these photographs are brilliant. They're not giving away too much. I'm just trying to zoom in on what's on the background there. It looks like mini Taya and Selena's in the red on the back screen there, the back LED wall. Looks like. But yeah, that looks absolutely fantastic. So what are we saying about Austria? Neon, that was a nice interview. Thank you so much for saying that. It was so much fun. I actually forgot. Maybe they forgot as well, but I actually forgot that the camera was rolling. I was having so much fun with them too. They just flew in. It just flew in, so it did. I've seen Austria look great. They look absolutely fantastic. You're right. Absolutely do. Welcome Alberto from Portugal. You're very, very welcome here. Mimi Cat, just talking about interviews, there is an interview I had even with Mimi Cat prior to her winning the Portuguese national final. So do check it out. She's a very, very lovely, lovely, lovely person. So I hope you get to enjoy that video. It's on the channel. Just scroll down a little bit and you will find it. Austria is my favorite this year. I think a lot of people are favouring. Yeah, do you know what? That's a really good point you're making. Has a kind of Jedward lipstick feel to it. I said that too the first time I saw the photographs. I had that feel. Jedward, of course, they placed 6th, didn't they? Didn't they place 6th? Or was it 8th? They were placed 8th in 2011. So I imagine Taya and Selena would be happy with that as well. I hope to see Austria in the village. I hope you do as well. I hope so as well. They are so much fun. They seem to be they're lovely. It feels to everyone that they chat to. Adam is saying, As I can't attend the same semi-final as Austrian duo, I would like to pass the message on to them saying I'm a massive fan of this song this year, so I'll be voting for them in the final. Adam, I'm going to take a screenshot of this, okay? Because always I'll forget if I can see it. Oops. There we go. I've just taken a screenshot of that, Adam, so that I can remember that, and if I get the chance to speak to Taya and Selena, I will certainly pass that message on to them from you. Just to say as well, because Eurovision 365 will be at Liverpool from Sunday this weekend. I can't believe I'm saying that, this weekend. That's not very far from now. We'll be at the turquoise carpet, so hopefully I get to chat to as many of those Eurovision performers as possible. And if you have any comments or any questions or any statements that you'd like to pass on through me, I will do that as best I can. I can't guarantee the message will be passed on, but I will do my utmost. So that was Austria. Austria is looking good. Just from the photographs alone, they look very much amazing. For me, it's possibly, I would say it's between Austria, Armenia and Australia who will win the second semi-final. I'd say any of those three are likely to win the semi-final. Kian saying, will you be streaming the turquoise carpet? I intend to. I don't think, I hope there's not going to be too many restrictions on that. I don't think there will be, but I will be streaming, and Eurovision 365 will be streaming the whole way through. It's going to be a long day, because then after that there was a lot planned, shall we say. Speaking of plans, on Wednesday, what date is it? Wednesday the 10th of May, Eurovision 365 will be organising a get-together on the Wednesday around about between 3 and 5 p.m. Venue to be confirmed. So if you're in Liverpool and if you follow the channel wherever you're at, I hope to see you there, because we'll have a bit of a meet up and it'll be great to see you all in person. Okay, Neon, I will take a note of that as well. If you interview Karya, tell him that many Swedes love him and will vote for him as much as we can. I think there'll be more than just you voting for him, I think. Let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to take a screenshot of this, but I will go back to these messages later and I will take notes. Moving on then to Albania. It's Albania's turn. Here we are. So there they are, dressed all in black again. There's a lot of black on display this year in terms of the colours schemes of not just the performers, but also there's a lot of darkness, I think, in the staging for a lot of these songs. Blacks and reds and black, red and white combinations being used. Do you? That's actually quite a good shot there, I think, of the family. I think that's probably towards the end of the song. And some fire being used, of course. There's like a sun-like effect in the back LED screen. Yeah, and what else have we got? Yes, it's like fire and thunder, and yeah, it's just, it looks like a really nice aesthetic as well for them. Okay, Kian saying, I love Albania. I'm trying to convince my friend that's a very good song. You're trying to convince your friend that's a very good song. And what are you doing to convince your friend? Hello to you from Greece. I'd love to be able to translate that. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and translate that. I see a 4-leaf clover. So that's a good sign or a bad sign. But in terms of Greece, I have already spoken about Greece. But I have to say, I love Victor. He's such a great performer from what I've seen. He's very competent. And just in case you haven't seen it, here is a little message from the really cool kid That is Victor Vernikos.
Hey, I'm Victor Venikos, and I'm representing Greece this year in Eurovision 2023 with my song What They Say, and you're watching Eurovision 365.
So yeah, that is Victor. I had an interview with Victor last week, and he's such a nice person. And I'm hoping Greece is going to qualify. So Cian, how you're managing to convince your friend is you're forcing him to listen to the song. That sounds like torture. What are you doing? That's torturous. But so he will be convinced whether he likes it or not, I think is what you're doing there. So yeah, we had Albania there. I think, as I said, nice blacks, nice reds. We shall see. Semi-final 2, I think we're all being a little bit cautious with semi-final 2 because it's one of those semi-finals that anything can and probably will happen. So could Albania qualify? Probably could. I wouldn't be surprised, shall we say, if they do. Albania is one of those countries as well that I typically like at Eurovision, and I actually liked Do Ya the first time I heard it as well when it was performed at the national final, but it's kind of lost. It's way down the ranking for me. Okay. So I'm just trying to see what Eurovision TV are saying or have said about Albania. Okay, what did they say? Yeah, there's no gentle build-up in this song. Albania gives it all. The vocals from the opening note. Do Ya is such a heartfelt and dramatic song of love and family togetherness. Yes, we know that. Like Switzerland on Sunday, the staging for this is the work of legendary creative Sasha Jean Baptiste. On the LED wall is all about the black and red of the Albanian flag. Okay, so yes, there's going to be lots of flames, lots of pyro. And it's Albania. Albania tends to like the fire, doesn't it? So thanks for your comment. Thank you so much for your comment, and it's great to have you here, and you're very welcome. So good luck Greece, good luck Victor, you're very good, well done. The sound was great in the first rehearsal. The European family will love you. You'll be wonderful with your stage presence. I think that's something I would agree with. I would agree that Victor has seemingly got a good stage presence. He certainly doesn't look nervous. He looks fantastic. So speaking of Lithuania, I was just about to look at Lithuania, the second last performance from today. But let's have a look. Neon says, I've just watched it. I'm now wondering if she would qualify. Oh, interesting. So this is the images we have from Lithuania. Kind of similar-ish outfit. The orange that she had, the lovely burnt orange colours on her dress. Looks like an open, there's like a, you can see, it's a different kind of dress, of course, but it's like an ambery colour, and she's joined obviously on stage by her backing singers, which I think is a very powerful moment of the staging whenever she is surrounded by her backing singers. And there was a nice moment with the Steadicam which circled around them, and I feel that gave the song a bit of an edge in terms you got the real feel of their togetherness. And apparently that the part that she sings is apparently a spell. So will she be casting spells to get us to vote? I'm not sure. We shall see, of course. Autumn says Albania looks like a lovely. Sorry, that was back in Albania. Albania looks like a lovely family, all singing together on stage. I just have mixed feelings about their chances to qualify. Neon is saying Lithuania are just standing in the ring singing. It looks very boring to me. It does. It's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those songs that a bit similar for me to Estonia. And what I mean, obviously the genre is very, very different between Estonia and Lithuania. What I mean is it takes forever, it feels, for Estonia to build to that great climax, that climatic end. I think the same with Lithuania, it takes a little while for it to build as well. And in the age of televoting, will people hang around long enough to think, oh, I'm really loving this, I'm going to pick up my phone and vote for it? Time will tell, of course. So it has been a hectic day over in Liverpool, and I've gone through all from what we've got, the photographs from Eurovision TV. I've gone through Estonia, Iceland, Greece, Poland, Slovenia, Georgia, San Marino, Austria, Albania, Lithuania, and finally for today's rehearsals we have Voyager and Australia with Promise.
You seem to have like a little, like I would say, trademark dance move that you seem to do. Is there any chance, you probably don't have the room, is there any chance of doing that? You in particular are awesome at it.
I get out of this one.
Try not to take anyone out with the spins. On this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoops. You seem to have like a little, like I was.
Yeah, so she tried not to take anyone out of the spins, but she herself, Simone, was taken out with the spins. That was a funny moment. They were great. Again, I had a lovely interview with Voyager at Eurovision concert, and thanks to our friends in Eurovision concert, I had a lovely interview with Voyager among all our performers taking part this year. So if you get the chance, have a little look at the interview with them, because they were so much fun. I loved every moment of them. You killed Simone. Simone has been taken out by the spins. So anyway, speaking of Australia, here is their let's see if I can get it here. Whoops. Oh, can't see it. Australia. Hold on. Trying to get the pictures, but they're not coming up for me. So I'll try to get them up now shortly. Okay, how long do I see? So do you know what it is? I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Just bear with me, people. Be trying to get Australia up, and hopefully it should be it now. I can't see it, so anyway, let me see. Let's have a look. So the pictures for Australia, let me have a quick look here. I think they're having a car delivered to them as well, which is amazing. Australia, yeah, okay, let's have a look here. So, oh wow, that's so impressive. Yes, so there's lots of pyros being used as a car. There's a real life car on stage. Actually, it shows how big that stage is, because the car looks quite tiny on stage. Donny is wearing a lovely cool long jacket. Got the drums, looking class. Lots of action, lots of joy, and lots of experience on stage as well. I love how the number plate of the car has got Promise on it. Looks like Donny starts the song inside the car, and obviously he would then move, or it looks like he then moves around. Australian photographs are absolutely fantastic. Let's see. I'm trying to get them up for you because I can see them, but I don't think you can see them. For some reason, it's just not working. But anyway. Sauce people, I can't get the photographs up, but Donny has the outfit he wore at the pre-parties. Yeah, there's a car in the pictures. It looks fantastic, I think. Speaking of Lithuania, Adam, you're saying, I love the beautiful orange or amber colour dress Monica from Lithuania is wearing for a performance. I agree, it looks very, very cool. Looks very, very cool indeed. So it does. But I think, yeah, for some reason, it's just not working for me, this Australian one. But I apologise, but it's just not working for me. But the Australian photographs look the part. And of course, that is the end today of the first rehearsals for everyone in the semi-finals. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the entire pool of semi-final 1 will take the stage, beginning again at 10:30 in the morning, Greenwich time, and will end at 20 to 6 in the evening, and that will be Finland. So starts at 10:30 a.m. Greenwich time with Norway and finishes 6:40 p.m. with Korea and Finland. And of course, there's reduced time, just 20 minutes. So I think I'm right in saying this, but I believe that between now and hold on, forgot them. Oops. Trying to get the trying to get Australia. I keep trying to get them on, but it's not working. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, so they only have 20 minutes to perform tomorrow. That's because now that they've had the initial technical rehearsal, they're allowed to make some tweaks from this. And I think tomorrow for the first semi-finalists this is it. This is your show, and that is it. And then of course on Thursday of this week, we have the beginning of the second rehearsals of Denmark, Armenia, Romania, Estonia and Belgium. And then the Big Five plus defending champions Ukraine, of course, will be taken to the stage as well for their first rehearsal. And then Friday, it's the remainder of the second semi-finalists for their second rehearsals. It's going to finish a little bit earlier on Friday, 4 p.m. And then Saturday, it's the Big Five plus Ukraine again. And then Sunday, we have the turquoise carpet. It's going to be awesome. And then it's going to just be a week which will go past in a blur. It'll go past so quickly, won't it? So once again, just to mention that on Wednesday, the 10th of May, from around 3 p.m. to 5 p.m, Eurovision 365 will have a meetup for anyone who wants to come and meet, who's in Liverpool at that time. Venue to be confirmed. It'd be great to see you wherever you're watching this from, whether you're a YouTube channel subscriber, where you're in the Eurovision Facebook group, Eurovision 365 debate, wherever you are connected to this group, to this Eurovision 365. It'd be great to see you if you are there. Yeah. So that ends day 3 of rehearsals, and tomorrow, as I said, it's back to semi-final 1, the complete semi-final 1, and I think tomorrow we should have videos of the performances, and that will give us a bit of an idea of what's to come on the semi-final. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So it is, and I, for one, am very, very much looking forward to it. The meetup is going to be awesome. I hope so. But yes, it'd be great to see as many of you as possible, and I'm just looking forward to the whole thing. Yeah, I'm trying not to think too far ahead, because if I think too far ahead, like, it's a week on Sunday and then it's like it's over. So I don't want to think too far ahead. I want to keep as much of this moment as possible. I want to enjoy the moment as much as possible. As I'm saying, I'm very confident Voyager from Australia will do very well in Liverpool. I am very confident that they will do well as well. It's the kind of song that I know the local audience are going to really love. They're going to love it. I know, don't think about 2 weeks' time. I know, I'm trying not to think about 2 weeks time. 2 weeks time will come, but I can hold off for now, right? I can hold off for now. Yeah, so I think there's a consensus here. Australia will do well. Just check here where Australia are in the odds. Just going to refresh the page there for that. Australia's in 16th. I think they were in 15th, but they're actually lower than Germany now. Where that changes, well, of course, betting odds will fluctuate, of course, the closer we get to the final. But I would imagine that things will change again. The biggest thing for me, the most interesting thing for me, is how Sweden is on the descent and Finland is on the ascent. It's really, really interesting. Think about this time next year in Belfast. Oh my god, what? That'd be awesome, right? That'd be absolutely awesome if that were to happen. But it could be Valencia we're talking about. It could be, where else could it be? It could be Helsinki we're talking about. It could be Stockholm again, or Malmo, or somewhere else. Linkoping. It could be, where else could it be? It could be Western Australia. Well, if Australia wins, I think Australia should host it. But where else could it be? Well, we will know where it's going to be very soon, won't we? Very much. Not soon, please. Not soon. Yeah. All I want to say is thank you all so much for joining me on this live again tonight. I'll be back again tomorrow night. I'm going to be at the later time tomorrow of around 9:15 p.m. The reason for that is I have a cardio box, a cardio box class tomorrow. So a cardio box class tonight, tomorrow night, and I will be going to that tomorrow evening, and then I will be on live here at around 21:15 GMT. So a lot later than normal. But that's for tomorrow night. Anyway, yeah, I think that too, Neil. And I think that Karja and Loreen are much more even than the odds show. I think there's just a lot of people flocked even before Loreen was selected for Sweden. Like, everyone flocked around her, and that's fair. That's fine. I just think the buzz is kind of coming down around her. I think the buzz is going up for Karja. I think the buzz is going up. I think from tonight's photographs, I think the buzz will be going up around Austria and Australia too, actually. Brunette, the buzz is going up. Noah, I'm very surprised the buzz isn't higher with Noah. I think she's absolutely fantastic. But we shall see. I put money on a Nokia Arena in Tampere. Okay, we shall see. We shall see. But anyway, my friends, I'm going to sign off for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me yet again. I'll be back tomorrow, definitely back tomorrow evening. So I hope you can join me then for day 4 of rehearsals. And tomorrow is going to be, isn't it? Because there's going to be so much happening on stage. We're going to see a little bit more, I expect, as well. And it's getting very exciting, isn't it? So yeah, thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I look forward to welcoming you back tomorrow. Good night. You're welcome, Kian, and everyone else who's joined in either throughout this stream or in part. It's been great having you here, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care for now.